Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I did get a Finalmouse medium Achilles in the gold colorway, and I did want to show you guys the build quality of the mouse out of the box, and I did want to show you guys a comparison to the Starlight-12 in small that I have, and definitely show you guys a size comparison with comparable wireless mice on the market. And just to kind of give you guys a general overview of the mouse is all magnesium alloy except for the bottom portion of the shell, which does carry to the front of the shell as well. As far as the weight of the mouse, my copy is under 50 grams, and the switches on the mouse are Omrons. And you guys can see that the medium is of course larger than the small. The small is the same size as the ultralight Cape Town, and the medium is smaller than the Air 58. And out of all three sizes and shapes, the Air 58, the medium, and small, I can say that the medium is definitely my favorite as far as size, shape, and weight is concerned. And I would say that the Starlight-12 is rather reminiscent to the Viper Ultimate. I think I play fairly comparable on both, but I definitely give the edge to the Starlight-12. The weight and balance on the Starlight-12 medium is actually very, very good. And it does feel smaller than the Viper Ultimate, so I do think that it is a better rendition, certainly, of the Viper Ultimate. I think it's better than the Air 58, and for me personally, better than the Starlight-12 Small. So I do want to cut into some Apex gameplay, show you guys how it plays, and then discuss whether or not it makes me a better player, I stay the same, or I play worse. Let's check it out. And guys, as you can see, I played very, very well on the Starlight-12 medium. I think it was an absolute joy to use in game, and I'm certainly a lot happier with the size than the small. I would say the best and most significant comparison that any of us as reviewers could probably do is comparing it to the Razer Viper Ultimate, which has been a top-tier wireless mouse for quite a while, currently on sale very frequently for under $100. And you kind of have to look at the price when you're analyzing these mice. You've got one under $100 frequently, one at $189, or aftermarket for $400. And I can say that my personal performance swapping to the Starlight-12 and swapping between the Viper Ultimate, it did not enhance my gameplay to a significant degree, if at all. I certainly had a more enjoyable experience, to say the least, on the Starlight-12 over the Viper Ultimate. But again, it's not something that you are, flipping this USB dongle into your computer, you're flipping the Starlight-12 on, and you're magically ramming through lobbies and getting a significant amount of more damage or more kills, or, something that is going to magically help you rank up. That's certainly not the case. You're not going to turn into an aim god, which is frequently advertised and suggested by the company itself. But I can say, again, it is a more enjoyable experience. It does feel very, very good. The weight distribution, the weight balance, and just how it feels when you are flicking the Viper Ultimate and flicking the Starlight-12. It is a much more enjoyable experience on the Starlight-12. And I do like the shape and size and, of course, the weight over the Viper Ultimate. And you guys can see the small next to the medium, next to the Viper Ultimate and the Vaxi Outset. I did want to have the Vaxi Outset out for you ergonomic users to kind of get a size comparison to see if you've been interested in a magnesium alloy mouse from Finalmouse, how hard of a transition it would be. You can see that the Final mice are a little bit lower, it seems, than the Razer Viper Ultimate and, of course, the Vaxi Outset. And it is a little bit more narrow than the Viper Ultimate and just a tad bit shorter in length. When you get to the Finalmouse Small, it is the most narrow out of all of the mice on the table and a little bit smaller still lengthwise from the medium. You can see that the length difference between the small and medium is actually all not that much, and I think the biggest benefit to going to the medium over the small is just getting a little bit extra width. It is just more comfortable for me than the small. I think it's a lot more playable for longer hours if you do have big, wide hands like myself. My hands are a little over 21 centimeters, and I can say that the Finalmouse Medium for me was probably my favorite mouse out of the four. I think it is a very, very big sweet spot for anybody looking for something a little bit smaller than the Razer Viper Ultimate, something a little bit lighter, but not quite as small as a Cape Town or Finalmouse Starlight-12 Small. I do really, really enjoy the medium. I think that it is probably the best size and shape for this mouse out of the Air 58 and the small, and I think that Finalmouse did a really good job on the dimensions of the medium, and the weight distribution, the weight balance are very, very good on this copy of the Starlight-12. And to give you guys a sound test of the switches, so I am taking a break this season from Apex Ranked, and you probably are wondering whether or not, now that I have a good build quality copy of the Starlight-12 in medium, whether or not this is my main mouse. And I'm going to say that it is certainly a toss-up right now because I do play probably my best on the Vaxi Outset AX. And my top wireless choice was the Razer Orochi V2 for Apex. And I still am reviewing the Cooler Master MM720, which also could potentially have main potential. I do think it is a great mouse, but I'm going to leave that for the full review of the MM720. I can say if we are just analyzing the wireless options and me comparing the medium to the Razer Orochi V2 wireless, I do think that my main between the two is going to be the Starlight-12. The mouse with a good build quality copy does feel phenomenal. I don't have any lift-off distance issues with swapping to the other third-party skates. The weight balance and distribution is absolutely phenomenal, and the weight difference between the two when trying to swap back to the Orochi actually does feel rather laborious after using the Starlight-12 and its significant weight reduction over the Razer Orochi V2 wireless. I think that the shape, size, and weight balance, again, are absolutely phenomenal in the Starlight-12. I just hope that the copy that I got lasts as long as humanly possible, and I don't have any issues with the internal structure of the mouse like I had on my copy of the Starlight-12 Small. So guys, I can definitely recommend the mouse, especially if you are not put off by spending $189 for the mouse retail. I get a little skeptical of paying the aftermarket prices for the mouse. It is good, but certainly I can't recommend you guys going out and paying $400+ for the mouse. I would wait for a retail MSRP 189 copy, and again, only if you have expendable cash to spare. Again, the mouse is very, very comparable performance-wise to the Viper Ultimate, but I can say that it is an absolute joy to use. If that helped, guys, please leave a subscription to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.